Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome to the daily forecast for Wednesday, June 19th, 2024. It is the day of Mercury. We have a waxing gibbous moon. We are in Gemini season, the Celtic tree month of oak, deer season, and Pluto retrograde. Now for the details of our planetary astrology. The sun is in Gemini, mutable air, representing communication. The moon is second quarter Scorpio, fixed water, representing self-confidence. And then at 11:19 a.m. Central Time, it goes void of course. And then at 11:32 a.m. Central Time, it enters the second quarter Sagittarius, mutable fire sign, representing optimism. Mercury is in Cancer, cardinal water, representing hominess. Venus is in Cancer, cardinal water, representing frugality. Mars is in Taurus, fixed earth, representing purpose. Jupiter is in Gemini, mutable air, representing questing. Saturn is in Pisces, mutable water, representing nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, fixed earth, representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, mutable water, representing imagination. And Pluto is retrograding in Aquarius, fixed air, meaning to examine intentions. And as always, remember the Pluto retrograde mantra: reflect, heal, and evolve. For the waxing gibbous moon phase, we need to be cultivating our intentions that we set during the new moon. And for the Sagittarius moon, some of our do's are teach, philosophy, go outdoors, and the don'ts are confined spaces, unsolicited advice, both in the giving and receiving, and pointless arguing. So, as it is the day of Mercury, and we have a Cancerian Mercury, and it has the desires for the simple pleasures, and then we have the Sagittarian moon that really makes for an ideal time to get out in nature and explore a bit. Enjoy rustic and natural surroundings if at all possible, or go into a deep meditation sometime today and visualize such a setting and try to at least get the atmosphere that way. Our tarot for today is the Eight of Stones, and its keyword is ingenuity. Where there's a will, there's a way. That was the first thing that popped into my head. And if you are in some kind of a jam, then the situation really does call for creative thinking. Part of the issue why problems seem, at least initially, so difficult to overcome is because we're doing the same things we always did in order to deal with them. Now, that might be helpful for short-term coping skills, but if we want to solve a problem, get through it, bring something to a close, that is going to require something that is a little bit different, perhaps a whole change of our own perspective about what's possible and what isn't. Today's Celtic triad reads, three things better than riches which happy people keep for their children and heirs: instruction by reason, instruction by example, and exhortation to act as he does because of the respect and the praise it brings him. So, instruction by reason, logical thinking, reasoning ability, the capability to evaluate matters, that is absolutely invaluable to younger generations. And that's something that can be passed on to them no matter what the financial situation of their parents is. And then instruction by example, that is practicing what you preach. And that's the only way to really get a lot of lessons through to kids, because they're not going to listen to their parents. This is an ongoing parental complaint. But if a kid's going to really absorb something, it's going to be what people are actually doing around them. I think that children in many ways are pretty good at spotting liars. They'll hear what someone says, they'll see what they do, and they'll go with what they do because that they just instinctively understand that requires more effort. Whereas, blah, 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 and, anyone can do that about anything if they choose to. So we really can't underestimate how important it is for how we conduct ourselves as adults, whether we have children or not. And then exhortation, encouraging your children to follow your example because you're pointing out the benefits of them doing so. Uh, you know, Especially these days when so many people are saying, oh, if you're a good person, bad things will happen to you, or someone who does things the right way, it's only going to end up badly for them. And there's a lot of reasons why that's going on. And explaining to children about why evil sometimes seems to triumph and why it is worthwhile persevering in virtue, even if you don't see immediate rewards, is very helpful. But you also have to show them the benefits of carrying on in that light. Otherwise, they're going to say, well, what's the point of that? Not really interested in going through life suffering. And indeed, many people are not. I mean, that which is natural enough, which is why so many people, they choose the course of action that seems easy, that seems like it's going to cause them the least amount of grief. But really, that's just a short-term benefit. And over the long run, it does wear down the soul. Today's magical intention is optimism. For this, we have the color yellow, the plant hyacinth, the animal rooster, and the crystal citrine. If you struggle to be optimistic, which if you are, I don't think anyone could blame you for that, you can use your magic to help make up the difference. Now, doing a spell that will help infuse a bit more optimism within your spirit and within the atmosphere in which you live, that is not going to artificially create an emotion. So this is not going to be the easy thing. What it does is that it can help clear your vision so that you can see things that are reasons to be optimistic, reasons to say, oh, okay, that actually is a good thing. That is something that is enduring despite of the troubles. And it is in that way that you can use your magic to increase your optimism, but it's not going to be essentially take this magical pill and then you'll feel better. Even in psychiatry, when they give people what we called in the 90s happy pills, it didn't actually make them happy. It masked symptoms. So I would recommend that you be a little bit more focused upon addressing root causes, whether we're talking about your physical health or your mental health, because masking the symptoms, that's only going to get you through so far. And now for today's pagan practice. It's Wednesday, so we honor wisdom deities on this day. You can work on your heart chakra, try to learn something new about your Mercury sign, choose a tarot spread that you want to use for the solstice, which is tomorrow, and then finish up all solstice preparations, cleanse your altar, whatever you need to do. Just get all the ducks lined up in a row because for celebrating the solstice, especially since it's happening during the week, it's best to have everything just running as smoothly as possible to where you're able to enjoy the occasion and you're not, having to do the preparation that you probably should have done a week earlier. All righty. So last of all for today, we have the journal prompt of how did you react the last time you received wisdom that you didn't want to hear? And I'm asking you to contemplate this a little bit because oftentimes people will judge whether something is wise or good as to whether or not that made me feel better or that made me feel bad. But that's a very childlike and very superficial way to analyze things. The merit of wisdom received is it correct? Is it pointing you towards a truth? And whether that truth is comfortable for us or not, it is still remains to be a truth. So how we react to truth, how we react to wisdom, it says a great deal about where we are psychologically and where we are spiritually. And if we find that we have been lacking in this regard, and chances are most of us are lacking, we can make adjustments. We can take a step back the next time this happens and think about, okay, is there truth in what's being said? Is there good sense? Is it tracking with reality? Is it just inconvenient for me to hearing this? Am I resisting for emotional reasons, not for valid reasons? So that is what I have for you for today for the daily forecast. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And of course, come back tomorrow for the next edition. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.